Welcome back. And yes, I know this first story does not coincide in any way, shape, or form with our cringy clickbait thumbnail. And yes, y'all love those thumbnails because they bring you here in the first place. But more importantly, our content stays consistent, unbiased, regardless. But I have to speak on this story because I absolutely love to see underdogs prevail and win. Snoop Dogg acquires Death Row Records, label that launched his career. Death Row Records was a massive record label back in the early 90s. And Snoop Dogg and some other folks that were participating in it kind of lost it because there's a bunch of drama. Y'all know how that works. But Snoop Dogg has acquired it back. And I absolutely love this story because the music industry is super predatory. A lot of people don't understand how wild it can be and how these third parties prey on entertainers, creators, artists, etc. because they know they can. And I also believe that NFTs will really help with this. Yes, the NFT industry is still very new, but at the same time, I think that it will prove to be a positive force for creators everywhere. But let's go ahead and talk about some other important pieces of information here as it relates to one of our top coins earlier this week, which again, we will talk about. Give me a minute here. In addition to acquiring Death Row Records, Snoop is also releasing a new album, BODR, an acronym that stands for Back on Death Row, in partnership with Gala Games, the blockchain gaming platform. The company announced today, Wednesday, which was yesterday, that its newly launched division, Gala Music, will be home to 3 bonus tracks from BODR. And as part of the launch, Snoop is also dropping a stash box of NFTs on February 9th, 4:20 p.m. PT on the new Gala Music store. I've been invested for Gala for a long time. I've been screaming about it from the top of my lungs for I don't even know how long here. Yes, I have a moon bag. Yes, I own NFTs. There's all kinds of stuff. So yes, I'm heavily invested in it. But Gala Games is going to be doing a lot of really dope stuff. And I highly recommend you guys join their Discord and check the project out. I do have a link below. And I really think that this is going to be a solid metaverse NFT play for the long-term future. But let's talk about our next story. So tonight, I was invited to cover the Gala Games event, non-fungible music. So I will not be able to make it to BitBoy and altcoindaily's meetup tonight, but I do have to go cover this event. And one of the reasons why we called it as a top coin this week is because I think it's going to perform immensely well. They're going to be dropping a lot of news. Last time I attended one of the Gala Games events, all of the news and partnerships that they announced, the project went absolutely wild. This is not financial advice. You guys could do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you what I am doing and speaking on it. Let's go ahead and cover our next story though. Of course, we'd have to talk about inflation and the CPI. So according to Disclosed TV, and you guys can go ahead and research this on your own, that's fine too. We talked about it a little bit earlier today. Just in, US inflation jumps to 7.5% year over year in January, a 40-year high and more than expected. So CPI also increased like crazy. Basically, what this means in plain English is that the cost of doing business, the cost of living, the cost of eating, cost of everything has increased, and your purchasing power has gone down because the US dollar is not worth what it used to be. That's why you're seeing the Dollar Tree raise their prices from $1 to $1.25. So our administration is an absolute mess. And it's not just this administration, our entire government bodies, our public servants are in a really big mess. And this is why I really push for positive regulation regarding cryptocurrency, because I think it could help a lot. I really do. But there was some FUD regarding this and the markets. We saw stonks take, we saw Bitcoin tank a little bit, but let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin because she looks just fine. This is our beautiful Bitcoin chart, and I went ahead and added some captions here just for fun, because we have to have fun. But more importantly, if we look at what Bitcoin's doing, we've been able to sustain $42,000. We've had some volatility, we've had some dips, but realistically, if you kind of zoom in, you can just see buyers and sellers are kind of just vibing in the market. Everything is kind of going consolidating. It looks like we're kind of forming a a bull flag, kind of, sort of, not really. But to me, this price action is decent. I will take it. And with this price action, we're also going to see altcoins do immensely well. That's why I was talking about buying the dip and aggressively taking profits, because there is a little bit of uncertainty in the market. But again, we're in a consolidation range between $42,000 and about $46,000. Just as long as we do not close and break fully below $42,000, markets are going to be fine. But we need to speak on this next story. This is really important. BlackRock planning to offer crypto trading, sources say, mommy sauces. Well, If you guys don't know who BlackRock is, BlackRock basically owns a lot of stuff. They practice a lot of predatory things in the United States, and they're buying up real estate, doing a bunch of crazy stuff. BlackRock has also funded cryptocurrency, but now all of a sudden, clients would be able to trade crypto through the firm's Aladdin investment platform, said one of the sources. This to me is telling me we are going to have an extended bull run. Just because we're going to have an extended bull run doesn't mean we're not going to see volatile price drops, because we did see Bitcoin drop about 52% from that all-time high of $69,000. This is important to note. We talk about following the money a lot. We need to follow the money with BlackRock. I also think it's very interesting. BlackRock and Aladdin. These guys have multiple businesses and multiple shell companies underneath them. And if you follow the money with that and you pay attention to what these guys are doing, you will probably see a lot more companies that they own that are participating in crypto. This is bullish long-term for me 100%, because it is indicating that we're going to have more liquidity and more volume entering into the market, more money. And without liquidity, you can't really execute trades. But the fact that BlackRock is going to be entering into the space, this is going to be bullish long-term for price action. However, they are not good people, so don't get that twisted. Someone added me on Twitter today and said, I don't talk about LooksRare. Guess what? We've talked about LooksRare a few times before, and we're going to keep talking about it because I think LooksRare is doing a great job competing with OpenSea, because a lot of people aren't happy with OpenSea, and positive competition forces companies to do better. And that's why I love capitalism. I love entrepreneurship, all of that type of stuff. But according to Coinbase, vampires on OpenSea. In this week's ATB podcast and blog, we dig into LooksRare recent vampire attack on the competition and how there's more to the numbers than one might think. So basically, this is showcasing OpenSea's volume versus LooksRare volume. OpenSea is blue, LooksRare is green. And we're seeing a lot of really great volume coming out of LooksRare, which I love, I support. I am planning on listing some of my mutant apes on LooksRare, and I highly recommend you guys check out the platform. I do not own any looks. I might have acquired some through an airdrop they did. I still need to check. I know, Wendy, you're so bad. But at the same time, I think it is worth looking at, because if there's a better option out there, why not? Since we're at it, we may go ahead and take a look at the LooksRare chart. And again, for full transparency, I don't own any LooksRare looks yet. I do want to pick some up. And because there's not a whole lot of price data or history, because it is a newer project, we're going to take a look at a lower time frame at the 4-hour chart. Right now, we're looking immensely bearish because we have broken below the support here at $3.72. Now, we take a look at our indicators. The MACD headed downward, the RSI is heading downward, and the stochastic RSI is heading downward. So right now is not necessarily where I want to start buying. I want to see if I can get in maybe at the lower $3 area, but at the same time, this is a little bit risky because it is a newer project. And if they have any issues with the platform, price will probably plummet. So my plan for this is to continue to watch and to set alerts on my phone or whatever it is that I'm using, so I can go ahead and pick some up. I do think the project will do immensely well in the future because you can actually stake your looks on the platform, and in your passive income, you can utilize that to buy NFTs, which I think is super dope. But overall, it is looking a little bit bearish to me. Unless we're able to reclaim $3.74, I think that we're going to drop down a little bit more, which is fine. And I kind of want to see where we end up dropping down, because it looks like the opening price here was about $2. So it's going to be interesting either way. And this is something I definitely have my eyes on, and I think you should be paying attention to too. Not sponsored. It's just a project I think will perform well, because NFTs are the next big thing. And as we talk about NFTs being the next big thing, just in, YouTube hints at verifying NFTs and watching games in the metaverse in its platform routers. Okay, that's it. NFTs are the next big thing. Reuters said it. Just kidding. I don't really care what mainstream media says, but at the same time, my TikTok For You page, all I'm seeing is NFTs. NFTs again are super easy to trade compared to crypto. Crypto is hard to trade. NFTs, you're going to get a better opportunity. Either way, I'm super bullish on NFTs for the future. I'm bullish on LooksRare, and I'm bullish with projects that understand how important the metaverse and NFTs are. All right, this next story is part of the thumbnail, part of the hype, part of the clickbait. We need to talk about it. Binance, led by the world's richest crypto billionaire, is taking a $200 million stake in Forbes, CZ. Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency, is making a $200 million strategic investment in Forbes, the 104-year-old magazine and digital publisher. The funds will help Forbes execute on its plan to merge with a publicly traded special purpose acquisition company, or SPAC, EEC. In the first quarter, according to people of knowledge of the deal, Binance will replace half of the $400 million commitments from institutional investors announced earlier, making it one of the top biggest owners of Forbes after listing, the people said. All right, let's talk about it. So, should a company like Binance be allowed to invest in Forbes? Well, legally, yes, they can. Ethically, I don't know. Forbes is also under a lot of hot water because one of the hackers from Bitfinex that stole the 120,000 Bitcoins was a writer for Forbes, which is kind of funny and ridiculous at the same time, but I'm not going to get into that too terribly much. Y'all know where I stand on that. So this could ethically not be correct because at the same time, if Binance does have a stake in Forbes, they can kind of dictate what content is published. But this is already happening in mainstream media. The people that own mainstream media companies have all these other companies, all these other shell companies, etc. So they're already doing very scandalous, unethical things. Either way, I think it's cool for mass adoption because Binance is a big company and they're going to be kind of partnered with Forbes. It's like a great thing. But at the same time, you're going to see a lot of unethical behavior occur. So my challenge to you is to be able to utilize your brains. You're all beautiful, intelligent folks. Utilize your brains. Don't believe the first thing you see. Do your own research and educate yourself. Make your own educated decisions based off of what information you digest. And don't take everything that mainstream media companies say outright. Use your minds. Don't even listen to me directly because you're going to see a lot of crypto related things to Binance that are probably going to help pump their bags because they have such a large stake in Forbes. But at the same time, this was already happening. We're just seeing a crypto company do so. So is it really a bad thing or not? All right, this last segment is from our partners over at Whole Earth Foundation. If you guys missed the interview I did, go ahead and watch it if you're interested. It was actually pretty interesting, and these guys are trying to do a really, really cool thing, and I hope that they make it. So, Whole Earth Foundation, we democratize infrastructure management. The revolution starts with you. Join the counterculture, decentralize our infrastructure. So basically, what you do with Whole Earth Foundation is if you're in a particular region that you can use their apps and their services, you can go ahead and submit different aspects of things that need road work done. And I know in Los Angeles, we definitely need this done. It is crazy, super, super crazy. This is where the project is listed. So it's actually listed on legitimate places, centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges, which I think is cool, both Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. We all love that. And let's go ahead and kind of talk a little bit more about it. So crowdsourced data collection and infrastructure management. Crowdsourcing data collection can capture real-time conditions of infrastructure and help digitize new information, creating a single comprehensive source of infrastructure and environmental data. So basically it is allowing people to go ahead and contribute in a decentralized way what problems they're seeing with infrastructure and potentially how they can go ahead and fix it. So the problem that they're solving, imbalance access to the information between service providers and citizens, which that is 100% happening in Los Angeles County. If there's a problem, you kind of have to contact the city and it gets taken care of in a million years. The way that they are going to approach this is get access to tools, visualize information regarding your infrastructure and environment. And by contributing, you can actually earn rewards, which I think is kind of cool. One of the things I'm looking for in a lot of different aspects when it comes to crypto is, can I earn money by doing something? If I'm going to call the city and report a problem but not earn anything for doing it, why wouldn't I want to utilize a platform like Whole Earth Foundation? That's just my personal opinion. But projects like this where you could actually gain some sort of passive income by utilizing, I think they're kind of cool. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, set alerts, all of that jazz. I will probably be posting some really fun live content later tonight. We'll have to see. I can't say. I don't know. Love y'all. Catch you later. Bye-bye.